Where'd Cameron Diaz go? She just kind of disappeared.
That's true, actually. I'm trying to. She was in Bad Teacher and then like Sex Tape, and then I haven't heard of her since. But I'm sure she's. I hope she's doing well.
Well, I guess doesn't she have to come back for Shrek 4?
They're making a Shrek 4.
Isn't it Shrek 5 now?
Wait, who was she in Shrek?
5, yeah.
She's Fiona.
Fiona, bro.
Fiona.
Damn, that's crazy.
She's retired, but she's back. Yeah, money talks, bullshit walks. I just think, like, I don't know. Maybe it's mostly like I hate Ryan Reynolds. But like when I see like even like Jennifer Garner doing like Capital One ads, I'm like, why the fuck are you doing? Aren't you like an artist, or you? I guess they're just mercenaries. It's not like Daniel Day-Lewis is up there doing like, you know.
I think it's the kind of situation where like they must literally wave like an insane amount of money in front of their face. And they're like,
It's probably not even that crazy.
I'd be stupid not to do it.
Honestly, like I don't know, like people are. Fucking Eric Adams got bought by Turkey for like $1,000 or something.
That is so
like
crazy. Like free flights. Yeah, like the
yeah.
That's not even worth anything, man.
Like I feel like we should probably be buying some people. You know, like that. I could afford to pay off a fucking mayor, you know?
Dude, speaking of which, I was talking about it with my chat yesterday. I'm getting pissed off.
No.
All the playgrounds in my neighborhood have like broken playground equipment, right? So I'm like, how is it possible they didn't, like, they built this shit in like the 80s or the 90s. We're talking slides and swing sets and like shit like that, right? And like they get boarded up. The city comes down in a minute and boards it up so that nobody can use it because someone might get hurt on the slide, which is fair. However, they're like, we'll deal with this later. And then they never deal with it. So I sent him an email last night because chat got me riled up and I was like, we're doing this. So I emailed the park board, and the gist of the email is very cordial. I said, like, I know you guys have like limited time, limited budget, etc., etc. Is there any way you could let me know what it would cost to get this stuff fixed or replaced, and maybe we could work something out? And they have not replied to me in 12 hours.
What the hell?
So as soon as this game's over, it's squeaky wheel time, bitch. I'm sending them a bump. I'm sending them, hey, just wanted to know your thoughts on this, because I know your ass was at the fucking office today. So you could just say, we don't do that. That's fine. I'll accept that they don't have to do it, but you're going to reply to the email, okay? Someone's got to do this, okay? It can't all just be senior citizens that are like, they put up the parking. They put up something so I can't park in front of my house.
I agree with you, man. I sent a letter to the local municipality because I was like, guys, you put a red light behind a bush.
Oh, that shit pisses me off.
I'm like, I can't see when the light changes. Like, from the lane I'm in where I need to turn, I can't see when the light changes. And they're like, nah, we looked at it, it's fine. I'm like, guys, I can't see the fucking light.
I would just keep my new model for dealing with any business is that if you are insanely annoying, but nice about it, and you're right, your shit's gonna get handled before. So, like, I'm not saying like, hey, you know, can you give us our appetizers for free or something like that. I'm saying like, this shit needs to be fucking fixed. So I'm just not gonna make it convenient for you to ignore it. Like we're talking about maybe a slide and like one of those excavator things that the kids go on with the two levers and stuff like that. Listen, we're sending people to outer space, right? Like you get a blood clot in your brain, they slice open your thigh and put a fucking fiber optic camera through your whole body to excavate the blood clot from your brain. We can't fix the slide. Yeah, man.
Damn.
And I haven't gotten the email back from the fucking park board.
Yeah.
Did the cleaner show up eventually?
Oh shit! I got an email.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
The park board?
Damn.
It's like cease and desist.
I would welcome the opportunity to discuss your interests further. Please let me know when you have some time to meet in person or have a phone call. Damn, they're gonna be really disappointed when they find out I wasn't really talking about the kind of money that warrants an in-person meeting, but like we got some shit moving, man.
You're gonna have like the Ryan Letourneau jungle gym in the playground.
No, I already said if
terrible.
somehow they're like you get a commemorative plaque, that shit is gonna be like the fucking Fugazi 13 songs memorial slide or something.
That'd be sick, dude.
Maybe that's why this shit. I didn't even know he was here. Maybe that's why this shit never gets done, man. It's because they're doing all these meetings in person.
Yeah, it doesn't sound efficient.
In person is kind of crazy.
How am I not gonna crash out on this phone call though? And I'm complaining about the slides.
Wow, big box. Good job on that move.
Oh shit, that's true.
I definitely think it's a tactic to
Oh
fucking
my
like
God.
make you feel embarrassed.
I'm not
They
embarrassed.
should make the playgrounds. They should like double or
Great
triple
again?
the danger. Yeah, like actually,
Damn.
they should make like swinging bars higher up and further apart. The slides should be taller and like sharper. Like they go down faster.
Oh
Are
shit.
we like training child soldiers or something?
Unironically, as someone with a toddler, I agree. Like the playgrounds are kind of boring.
I'm just saying that they're like, you can't have fun without a little risk, you know?
Yes, I agree. And you
Dude,
could
the
have like
playground
you could
out-
have different sections. You could have like a little kid section and then like a okay, you're 5, time to like put a little spice into it.
The playground next to like the little league field I was at yesterday had like a plaque on the outside, like a warning sign that's like this playground is designed to be challenging. Please,
You go fuck
approach
yourself.
with your own caution.
You go fuck yourself.
No shot.
I'm pissed.
Oh my
I'm pissed the fuck
god, he
off.
fucking did it, dude. I'm not even mad.
Your churlish attitudes pale in comparison to the benediction from having the mandate of heaven. That's all you need
You
to
know
about
you're
that.
losing that shit before the end of the game. Bro.
Oh my god, there's only 4 turns left.
There's
Holy
4
fuck.
turns left, but there's like 5 chance time space.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck, we're
shit.
dueling. Unless you call Mr. Train.
Good stream title, gotta hand it to you. Bob Haley Welch. Dylan be like, we never did too much hawking anyway. How's the slide going? I have to email them back today. In fact, hang on, I'm gonna email them back right now so I don't forget. I'm gonna be the to Uber Millennial. Thanks so much for getting back to me so quickly. I'm cool with either a phone meeting or meeting in person. Is there an afternoon next week that is convenient for you? You know what? I'm not cool with meeting in person. I'm cool with a telephone call. Thanks so much for getting back to me I've decided that I would rather do an in-person meeting, but I know she's going to be like, come to my office, and then it's going to be like a 35-minute drive in afternoon traffic, and I'm like, no, I'd rather take the phone call. That's crazy. A phone call would be perfect for me. Is there M dash? There's my one M dash for this email. Is there an afternoon next week that's convenient for you? I'm usually available from about this time to this time. Thanks again. First name, last name. Now I need to, I'm not going to put an exclamation mark in it. This is serious business. Because we had a dad's dinner for the dads who have kids in my daughter's school last night, and I brought up, I'm not saying I felt like Norman Rockefeller or Nelson Rockefeller. I got him confused with Norman Rockwell. But I brought up that I emailed the park board because I was sick of the derelict playground equipment, and the glazing went out of control, man. They were like, that's a great idea. I've been thinking about that for years, man. Every time I go to the playground, I think about something like that, and you're actually doing it. I was like, stop it. Then one of the dads was like, they tried to donate a bench to the park, and this is, if this comes up in the meeting, I'm gonna tilt. I might even crash out. I can't promise. He said they tried to donate a bench to the park, and then the park board was like, we can't take your money because those parks are not a priority right now. Here's the list of parks that are a priority. If you want to donate a bench, you can donate it to one of these parks. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to people living near the other parks that like this park gets undue attention and the others don't. I mean, yeah. That makes sense, but who cares? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Perfect is the enemy of good, man. It's a bench, man. If the old people at the other parks are like, why does that park get a bench and ours doesn't get a bench? Build them a fucking bench. 6 pieces of wood and like a little bit of wrought iron. We can build benches, bro. Our species built the Large Hadron Collider. We've been building benches for fucking millenniums. We're doing tactical urbanism out here. Actually, it's not really tactical urbanism because that tactical urbanism is honestly more based. Instead of going through the city to like overpay for a slide, which is going to line the pockets of some of the bureaucrats involved, you just like install a slide. And then when the city sends you like a legal notice to take it down and they give you a description of the slide and it's like yellow plastic slide, at night you go and you paint it blue and then you take a picture of it and go, I've never seen a yellow slide before in my life. You must be talking about somebody else's slide, and just keep like running it back like that over and over. That's more like tactical urbanism. But yeah, I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, I guess. Hostile architecture, it pisses me off too. It's the same, and this has been like, I feel like this is a theme that has become salient in my life a few years ago and is coming to a head now. That like, we can't have nice things because if we had nice things, people who maybe some people don't like will also get to experience nice things. So instead we have to make it shitty, so it's shitty for everybody. I don't want a park bench with the fucking spikes on it or rods in the middle. I'm trying to sit on that shit and eat a croissant with my kid. Oh no, someone might sleep on the bench. Okay, but like when they're not sleeping on the bench, at least I can sit on it without having imprints on my ass cheeks from the spikes, man. I can't have nice things because the other people might use the nice things. Somebody's dog who can't even read pisses in an elevator. And now every time I go into the elevator, I got to see 25 signs that are like, don't let your dog piss in the elevator. Bitch, dogs can't read. Dogs can't read, you fucking moron. Stop making everything more annoying just to placate yourself. The dog doesn't know what the fuck you're saying. But if we didn't have the sign, people wouldn't know that you can't let your dog piss in the... Even with the sign, those NPCs are going to let the dog piss in their elevator. There's never been an example in history of a bad person being like, oh, I thought the elevator was where dogs are supposed to piss. I guess I'm mistaken. Thank you for illuminating this truth to me, sign. It was hidden to me for the entire fucking existence of my life prior to this. They're just going to be looking at their phone, letting their dog piss in the corner anyway. So why is it my problem that I got to see the fucking sign? I've seen dogs pee in apartment hallways and owners let it happen. Squeaks, I'm with you. People are animals. But the thing is, the sign's not going to stop them. So now one dog pisses in a hallway and now I got to read 37 words every time I go into the apartment. I didn't even drink the water, much less make the piss. Any feedback on the slide? Actually, that's a good point. Let me go to my email really quick. Let me see. Dude, Gmail knows what's up. Here's what I said. Remember from 5 days ago? Thanks so much for getting back to me so quickly. A phone call would be perfect for me. Is there an afternoon next week that's convenient for you? I'm usually available from about 2:30 to 4:30 on the weekdays. That was my message. Gmail said, you sent this 5 days ago. Want to follow up? Yes, I do. Don't make that sound to me. Hello, person's name. Hope you had a great long weekend. Just circling back to see if there's a good time this week for us to chat on the phone about this. Thanks again. I'm circling back. I was talking about it with some of the other dads, man, who work real jobs, and I presented them my hypothesis, which is that if you are an employee, or a business owner for that matter, and you have a choice of what to do with your time, you are more likely to, all other things being equal, you're more likely to dedicate that time to getting someone annoying to go away. Because if you ignore them, they're just going to keep annoying you. So I'm not going to be rude, but if it's between me and another person that's not going to send the follow-up, I'm sending the follow-up so I stay top of mind. And you could tell me to F off. If you're like, we're not going to do this, then I'll say thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it nonetheless. Please let me know if anything changes. But I'm not going to let you slip out of the grapple, okay? Plus, I think we got aligned incentives. I want to build this playground equipment, man. And I'm not asking you to pull from like the budget for the Festival of Lights. I want to do it. But people were telling me about the park that they built in or the playground they built in Oppenheimer Park. And they were like, it cost $625,000 to build the playground. And I'm like, ah, shit. That's like 1 billion times more expensive than I'm looking to be involved for. Well, I'm like, I just want. It's basically, if they have to demo the slide and build another one, okay, we'll talk. But they really just need like 2 slide parts to fix it. No, I literally don't even want my name on the slide. Because I know, like, weirdos like you are gonna go to the park and, like, take a selfie with it when I just want the kids to be able to use the slide. Now, if they give us a plaque, I'll put something funny on it. You have my word on that one, but it's definitely not gonna be the Northern Lion Memorial slide, especially if my ass is still corporeal, man. Hey, Justin, I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time playing this. No email back about the slide yet, man. It's flicking me a little bit, because I don't want to have to send another follow-up. My last follow-up said just circling back to this. My next one's going to have to say, should we run this up the flagpole? I really don't want to have to say, let's run it up the flagpole. How much would you spend on the slide? The master of negotiating is in chat. Why would I tell them that, man? If I tell them what the maximum I'm going to spend on a slide is, they're going to say that's how much it costs. I have to wait for them to tell me how much it costs and then go, what? That's ridiculous. You're giving off person with a fake job who's pretending to have a real job energy? Yeah, well, they're giving off person whose job is to reply to my email energy. So I think they should do that. How's the slide thing going anyway? We're having a hard time getting our schedules to link up. We're playing hard to get, unfortunately. We can make this. We can make this happen. Slide update. I need to check my email. I'm hoping to have a phone call with them later today. Let me see. Oh, today at 3 p.m. totally works. Let's go, man. Last weekend, I took pictures of the broken slides. And the reason I did it is because I didn't want, I want no friction. I don't want to be on the phone call and then the person that I'm talking to is saying something like, well, send me some pictures of the slides and then we'll circle back. Because that could add 2 more weeks to the overhead here and we're burning summertime basically. Like we're getting real close. So I took pictures of it in advance. So if they're like, well, we need to examine the condition of the slides, I'll be like, check this out. Check your email inbox right the frick now. I sent it over 5 minutes before the phone call even started. So that we're not dragging our heels bureaucratically here. Now just tell me how many hundreds of thousands of dollars it's going to cost to put a $500 slide in this playground, please. Being a Karen works? Yeah. I mean, I think being like a squeaky wheel. That's what I would call it. I wouldn't call it Karen. I'd be a squeaky wheel. Also, Karen energy, I don't feel like is everybody who's annoying. Everybody who's annoying is not a Karen. It's a Karen when you're entitled. Now, do I feel entitled to a functional slide? Yeah, for 2 reasons. One is I pay my property tax the day I get the letter every year. Actually, I have it 2 times a year. Secondly, I mean, my playground had a slide when I was a kid. Now my kid doesn't get a slide. Why? It's too expensive to make slides? That's like living in the caveman days and they like invented the wheel 2 generations ago and they're like, wheels are too expensive to make. Bitch, it should be all wheels by now. What the fuck? This bitch should be covered in wheels. There should be slides you shouldn't be able to shake a stick without hitting like 10 slides these days. What do you mean we can't make them? They were making them with leftover corrugated iron from building the Empire State Building back in the day. The shit was like adjusted for inflation. It was like $1 billion a kilo for steel. Nowadays we can make like bioplastic in a petri dish and we can't get a fucking slide at the playground? Anyway. Insurance has ruined everything. That is actually true. You can't do like shit anymore without people being like, but liability. I hate the rule of law. I hate the rule of law. I hate the rule of law. This must be an oversimplification of the legal system. But I want to say it should be harder to sue somebody. Like, I feel like you should be able, like if someone... It's not fair to say this, but I'm like, If I shovel snow, but the walk is a little bit icy, and someone slips on the ice, maybe they should sue their own ass for buying bad shoes for the wintertime. You gotta, like, you can't take all the, it's inconceivable to take all the danger out of life in all ways. You know, that just seems like it's a little crazy to me. I shovel my walk. I don't do it because I'm worried about being sued. I do it because people gotta go places. It's called being a good neighbor. But like, if I end up getting sued for everything I'm worth because like an icicle fell off the top branch of the tree adjacent to our house in the middle of winter, and they were like looking straight up when it happened and it went through their eyeball, I'm picturing you burning in hell right now. I made this person up and I'm picturing them being, the flames of hell are licking their skin right now. That's disingenuous. I think that suing me for my life's work because of an accident that you were part and parcel to, that makes you a bad person, and I'm imagining you burning in hell. Is their skin melting off? No, but it's like the gif, not of the dog in the chair that says this is fine. But have you ever seen the like really low-res gif of the skeleton in hell, and the skeleton only has like 2 different poses that it's oscillating between? It's like that one. Why are you on your Catholic arc? Get it twisted. God is dead and we killed him or whatever. What is it? No, I just think, I don't believe in God, but I think that the human spirit is real. But I think we gave it to ourselves. And we're slowly trying to take it away from ourselves, which I find corroded. But anyway. We got that fucker good. Hang on, I gotta reply to this email. 3 sounds perfect. 3 is perfect. I'll call you then. Have a great day, comma, Ryan. Can I tell you as well, for a guy who like doesn't interface with corporate too much because of the nature of my job, I think I'm learning pretty well on the fly. Because you know why we got this phone call? Because on Friday, I didn't have time. So I said, hi, something came up this afternoon. Sorry for the late reply. Is there a time next week that works for you for a call? Question mark. And then I said, and I think this is just human nature. I'm not saying that this person would do this malevolently, with malice in their heart. I said, maybe Monday afternoon around 3. So I didn't just say, is there another time? Could you, I'm putting the onus on you to suggest another time. Would you please suggest a time and I'll tell you whether or not it works for me? I hit them with basically an auto opt-in, like, is this good? And they went, yeah, that's great. That's the tech right there. Because I hate when people do that to me. I'm like, fuck. I didn't want to have this meeting. I wish that they could have said, is there a time that works for you? Because then I could have ignored the email for 4 days and then replied and been like, how about Friday 3 weeks from now at 4:52 p.m.? It's going to be so funny on the phone call when she realizes that I'm just a guy and not like the CEO of Hootsuite or Lululemon. No, she's in municipal politics. I bet they deal with this all the time. Sorry, my camera froze. How did the slide call go? I don't want to talk about it. I'm still linking and building. Suffice it to say, without getting too into it, we talked for like 30 minutes, and the person I talked to was very nice, but they did seem resistant to the idea that I could just pay for a slide. And their reasoning was, if you just let people pay to put equipment in public parks, then parks in wealthier areas would be overserved, and parks in less wealthy areas would be underserved. And my position was, I get that, but if you don't let people donate to build equipment, then nobody's gonna get the equipment. And she said, and this is, I'm paraphrasing, but she said, yes, but you could possibly donate to build equipment in parks that have a bigger need. And my position was kind of like, yeah, but I don't live there and I want to take my kid to the slide. So we kind of, it was a very cordial conversation, but I will say we did talk around each other for a while. They also said, if you're interested, we're selling the naming rights to like the new Kitsilano pool. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. But in my head, I was like, she did not do the research because I'm not in that kind of bracket. You got to talk to Chip Wilson, the CEO of Lululemon, about that because I'm not. I don't know how much you're asking for it, but I don't think I'm putting out to be the sponsor of the new Kitsilano pool. I'm pretty sure it's going to cost like $15 million to build or something like that. But they seemed open to the idea. They're literally, it's the most serious of a person I ever felt like. They were like, we have like capital funding projects for the playgrounds. And I was like, yeah, I get that. I work in a serious industry. So I was like, send me the PDFs and I'll take a look at them. And then we'll see if there's something we could work on. But I was insinuating, I was like, if hypothetically we were able to fundraise like for a slide, could we just get the slide built? And I believe that she very nicely told me like, that's not likely, but we'll see, unfortunately. But I think the thing that maybe I failed to get across was that it's not like I'm trying to add like an awesome playground to a park that doesn't have it at the expense of the rest of the city. I just want them to fix the slide that's been broken for like years. So like the slide's already there. The argument that's like, but hey, in some parks they don't even have a broken slide that you can't use. So like you should be grateful. I don't know if it really works. But could do guerrilla urbanism. The thing is though, like if I do guerrilla urbanism and then a kid like falls off the slide and dies, like I'm gonna feel a lot of guilt, and B, like that'll be the end of that. Unfortunately, like I also resent that liability is like such a big deal, but I don't want to be the guy taking all the risk of the liability. It's true. I did also already kind of like tip my hand too. They'll be like, hey, you know anything about that gorilla slide that got installed the exact place that you wanted to install a slide? I mean, I guess they would still need proof, but like, I don't, you know. That's true, you could just put an end user license agreement on it. That's what can I be honest with you? I don't know if this is legally binding, but anytime I go to like a tourist attraction or something where I have to sign a waiver that says like, if you die, you can't sue us. I'm like 100%, if I die, like I'm telling my family in advance to sue you for everything you got. I don't think that shit is legally binding, man. If I'm going to like a dolphin park and a dolphin drowns me, I don't think they can be like, well, he signed this piece of paper. I'm gonna be like, bro, you got Tillicum here. You got the blackfish. You're going down. You can't run your business like that. It doesn't make any sense. I'm signing the waiver, but I'm kind of doing it with like my fingers crossed.
Dumbass that broke the bridge.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. I'm getting ads in my brain.
You too can own a Zap Gun. Call today. Call 1-800-ZAP-GUN. And for 9 easy payments of $19.99. Oh, sorry.
I was crashing out when I was on phone with the park board trying to like give them money to put a slide in the park. And then the lady started telling me that, don't worry about it. We're going to start selling ad space in the park. I'm like, lady, I'm trying to give you money right now. What do you mean you're selling ad space in the park? I'm trying to literally give you enough money for a piece of equipment. We don't need to involve Rogers and Lululemon in this.
What about like city ordinance makes it to where? Oh, okay.
Shit!
Makes it to where like the opposite of what should happen happens. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, man, don't make
Like it's
no
a
sense.
slide.
Any slide updates? Yeah, local government has turned me into a libertarian. Federally leftist, municipally libertarian. I kind of don't understand why they won't take my money to build a slide. It doesn't make any sense to me. I recognize that maybe I'm trying to put a slide in an overserved park, but the slide was already there. It just broke, and they won't fix it until like Oppenheimer Park gets a zip line or something like that. Can't I just give you the money for the slide and then you take what would have been the slide money and give it to Oppenheimer Park for the zip line? Like, I don't understand. You can't make a flat donation. You can make a flat donation, but they're not going to use it for what I want them to use it for. They're going to use it to build some shit in a neighborhood that I don't live in. And like, that's good, but I'd rather, like, can we just do some accounting shit? Can I give you money? You use the money to build the shit where I want you to build it, and then you take it out of the budget for that place and then move it to the place where you want to build your thing? It's not a bribe. The slide is broken, man. It broke. They can't fix it. It all sounds so simple. Well, like, I get you're making a joke, but also I'm like, they're the ones who complicated it. It could be that simple. They could just take the money and build the slide. They could take one slide's worth of money and build it. You're the slide guy. We still talk about you in the office. Justin Bang explained it to me. Also, maybe that's why this shit is why it costs $85,000 to build a slide, is because you guys are all talking about it in the office instead of making phone calls. Post up. Confidence. That was sick, right? Just fix it yourself. No, I can't do that because then, like, first off, I don't have those kind of skills. Secondly, like, by the way, I made up 85,000 as a number. So don't get too hung up on that. It might be, for all I know, it might be $2,500. It might be 10 grand. It might be 200 grand. I just picked a number that I thought would get your attention. But then also, I'm like, if someone gets hurt on the slide after, like, the city doesn't, I mean, it just, you know what? They would love it. They would fucking love it if I just did some tactical urbanism, fixed the slide, and then some kid sliced open their femoral artery on it, and I got put in prison. They would love, I'm sure they'd be coming around to all the conjugal visits going, see? That's why we need a project manager and 17 engineers to see if we can fix the slide that was built in 1992 by one dude over a weekend. That's true. Couldn't I just spin up like an LLC for $100 and be like, an anonymous benefactor gave us exactly enough money to build a slide in this park, and then immediately fold the corporation after the creation of the slide? Now we're talking. They'll tear it down. Maybe that's the problem with society, man. They're so good at destroying things. So ass at building things. Even like the building is not that bad. It's just the process of like getting them to agree to build it takes 100 fucking years. And then they're like, I'm sorry, I'm crashing out. It's not the lady's fault that I talked to on the phone. Like, she's just a, you know, not to be rude to her, but she's kind of like a mouthpiece for the broader policies that have been put in place. But like, she's telling me about how, don't worry, like the parks are on like a 10 to 15 year renewal timeline. And I'm like, cool, my kid will be like 26 by the time the fucking slide gets fixed. He's not gonna give a fuck, man. I mean, like, your prime sliding years is really like 1 to 8, man. Like, you probably do half of your sliding in your life by the time you're 4. So she's already in the denouement. I'm not saying like you're never gonna go down a slide again, but like, I probably went down a slide at like age 14, and then I didn't go down again until I had to go down the slide with my kids. So there was like almost a 20-year window where I didn't slide at all. To be realistic with you, I wouldn't be surprised if I've done 95% of the sliding I'll ever do in my life, maybe 98. What about water parks? Now and then. Now and then I'll go down a slide at a water park. That's true. You should get Defunctland on the slide. I'm about to make a donation to the food bank and then like go back to Twitter for one post. The post is going to be like, well, the Vancouver Park Board didn't want my money, so enjoy it, food bank. And then I'm going to fucking just wait, leave my phone on vibrate and shove it up my ass and just wait for that call. Hey, we're trying to reach you about, hey, we saw a certain social media post about, we really, like, that wasn't really what we were trying to convey over the phone. If you took that message away from our phone call, well, see, we did want your money. We just didn't want to do what you wanted to do with it. We didn't want to fix the slide that was broken because it wouldn't be fair to all the parks that don't have broken slides. Sorry, bitch, we out here feeding families. You had your chance. You had your chance for some walking around money. Now we got all that shit in Kraft macaroni and cheese. I ain't too liquid right now. That shit's in quinoa now. Keeping most of my net worth in quinoa, other various legumes. Don't get me started on quinoa. I fucking hate quinoa. I don't hate you for eating it, but I do hate eating it. And I'll eat basically anything healthy just for it being healthy. But quinoa, I'm like, damn, dude, fucking edible sand, worse rice. They made rice 10 times worse. Gets stuck in your fucking teeth, doesn't taste good to begin with. Number one thing people say about quinoa, no one ever says the quinoa tastes good. They just say, it's a superfood. They eat it in the blue zone. They eat it in the Andes, man. Well, this Andy won't be eating that garbage. It's more protein, pal. Look at my fucking society, bro. Even the carbs have to have protein these days. They approved the new park. Dude, I was at the park yesterday. And as happens at the park, my kid was playing with another kid, so that kid was there with his grandpa. So I was talking with his grandpa a little bit. The grandpa was like, oh, it looks like the slide's broken. And I was like, here we go, man. This poor guy is about to get like trauma dumped. And I was like, yeah, no, it's been broken for like a year. I actually called the city and said, hey, if I pay you, will you fix the slide? And they said, no, because there's like an inequity to the parks in Vancouver right now. And I swear to God, the dude said, oh, yeah, no, it's city policy. You can't upgrade the parks that are too good. It was common sense, and I was an idiot for not knowing it. Like immediately he was like, yeah. Like I know I'm familiar with the city policy. That's just guaranteed. He actually no-sold my whole civic raison d'etre, man. He might have written that shit. Yeah, I don't know. That might have been like the first mayor of Vancouver for all I know. Fixing's not upgrading though. I didn't want to get into it with him, man. He was old. Also, I was kind of mad at him because he was like, he had the old advantage, so everybody was laughing at all his jokes, even though mine were like a little bit better. Like the kids were hanging out, and one of them was like, I'm 6. And then my daughter was like, I'm 4. And then another kid was like, I'm 2. And then the grandpa went, I'm 77. And everyone, they thought it was the funniest shit they'd ever heard in their whole fucking life. Oh! +2. You guys are as bad as the people at the playground, man. You guys, it's literally ageism. Because if I said I'm 36, they would have given me this look. That was just a great goal. I should have been covering him. I went, I'm 36. And all the parents would have been like, you have to be like at least 70 to make that joke. I had to post this in the Discord. I know it's Pride Month. I'm sorry. I had to post this in the Discord just to get it out of my head. It was 20 years ago today. Sergeant Pepper told the band he's gay. Then he started to stroke on his schlong. And he wanted us to goon along. Let me introduce to you the one and only Billy Splooge, Sergeant Cummers, Horny Hearts Club Band. It's wonderful to stroke here, it's certainly a thrill. You're quite a lovely audience, we'd like to take you home with us, we'd love to take you home. Something like that. What would you do if I came out of tune? Would you stand up and nod over me? Lend me your balls and I'll stroke on your cock and I'll try not to turn it to pee. Ooh, I get hard with a little help from my friends. Ooh, we're gonna charge with a little help from my friends, with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? Something like that. I just need somewhere to come.